And we're back with a hell of a lot of interference. Holy shit, that was more than before. Hello and welcome back to season 3. It's fine. We're actually doing shit. We have actually decided to record another episode. We're not just gone forever, you know.
No, we'll never be gone. We're one of those things that linger and never go away.
Makes us sound like a disease.
We are.
I mean, we have
Not
just
pleasant
done
one.
a Google search of ourselves. We take up the entire first page of Google, which we are very happy about. But one of the suggestions is, yup, that's bread. Yup, that's leukemia. And we can't remember naming an episode that or recording an episode like that.
We
So
also have an episode called Goats and Lemons,
I had no part in that one.
which sounds like a fucked up version of Snakes and Ladders.
We should make our own game.
yes, take
Oh,
it
Our
for
own-
Monopoly. Just
our
make
own board
just
game.
make a Monopoly.
What? So basically, where we can create more Steffens at Monopoly.
I don't know
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
I've got a Monopoly. I've got Baby Yoda in Monopoly.
No, we need to. Right, okay. If we
Is
did
that the
Monopoly,
Mandalorian Monopoly then?
Yeah,
It's not
yeah,
Baby
it would
Yoda.
be.
it's Yeah, it's got Grogu on.
Yeah,
On the front
Grogu is
cover.
not Yoda.
Well, they called him Baby Yoda until he got his name
No.
actually revealed.
People
No.
call him Baby Yoda just because they think it looks like Yoda but a baby, and
It's the child.
that's just stuck.
Yeah, they called it the child. Everybody else called it Baby Yoda. Right, okay. Right, I'm trying to figure out what would the street names be on our fucked up Monopoly board? Because you would obviously have us as pieces, which I'm assuming you would just end up with a German flag,
No, no, no,
a
no, 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 no,
Russian
no,
flag,
no, no,
and
no, no.
or like
I've got a map of all the fucked up place names in the UK. Wait there.
That would be the places, all the most fucked up places you can ever think of. On
That's
a
what
board.
I'm gonna.
right, okay. So all the most fucked up places in the UK, and then you've got. What would the board pieces be for us? I'm
What-
thinking
what are
probably
the
a
board
cricketer
pieces
for
would have-
Jordan.
What the board pieces would have to be, Prince Philip.
It would, yes. Prince Philip is a board piece.
Yes.
Harry is a
Oh.
board piece.
Alfredo is a board piece. Because we keep on saying we're going to pay everybody in Freddos.
And that could be the money. Freddos. Like
Yes!
plastic Freddos.
Yes.
The money's Freddos! Right, the money's Freddos.
All right. Are you ready? I've got.
Board
I've got
piece is
some.
Prince Albert.
Oh yes.
Prince Albert.
Sorry,
was a
not
long
Prince
time
Albert.
ago. Prince Philip.
Prince Philip, that's the one. We're also going to have. Can we
Should we
have
have
an airplane just so I can finally fly
Yes.
an airplane?
Yes.
Should we? No, because you'd have to be you, so you wouldn't get to go on the airplane. What about you? You were represented by a MiG, because that's a Russian airplane from the war.
No, right? It would be an airplane, but it would have a human hanging off the wing.
Yes. Right. I've got some.
That would be a German.
Can I have a Messerschmitt?
You can have whatever German you want. I'll have a think of that.
Right. I've got some place names. Some were board places. If we want to take just votes on it now.
Okay, bring it. Come on.
Shitterton.
As well, or involve the audience and what they think.
Shitterton.
Shitterton.
Shit.
Right.
That's a good one. Ticklecock Bridge.
That would have to be one of the main ones. So that would have to be a high one.
No, I feel like Ticklecock Bridge would have to be one of the transport ones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
one of the transporters.
Yeah.
Oh no, maybe that's where we're getting it wrong. Maybe the airport it's usually two train stations that dock in an airport.
In an airport, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it's
maybe
sort of
that's where we
it,
are.
It sort of depends on the board because some boards have 4 train stations, some have 2 train stations, a port, and an airplane.
main one-
I think it depends on the era of the game.
I think the original game had 3.
The original one was all train stations. The original one was all train stations, and it had an electricity place, the plumbing place. It's got a luxury tax and income tax.
Income tax, luxury tax, and
Bishop Wood.
that would have to be a brown one.
Well, no, Booty Lane Wood.
Right, Booty Lane.
Bookie Lane will be brown. Bishop Wood, I feel like
Butthole
needs to
Road.
be next to the prison.
Cockbutts Lane
That would have to be a green one.
and Cumwell Lane could be its neighbour.
Yeah.
Tipsy Court.
Uh,
That's a red
that.
one.
I don't know, because you've got free parking along the red ones.
Little Cock Up.
That would be free parking.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got one here, but then the best thing about it is there's a one called Dull. But then you know how it's like towns are twinned with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've just found the welcome sign to it, and it says "Welcome to Dull," paired with boring Oregon, USA.
Right, so we can have dull and boring next to each other.
They would have to be the brown ones because have you noticed on a Monopoly board the ones that the brown ones are always the most most dullest named of places.
Obviously, there's Twat. That's a classic.
That had to be blue.
Boner Bridge.
Boner Bridge has to be transport. I think, like, anything bridge or anything that sounds like it should be transported should be transport. Actually, what we're going to do for the electricity and the plumbing and the income tax and stuff?
Just have income tax and luxury tax.
Well,
Fuck no.
I've got one for tax because there is a town. There
Luxury
is
Fredo and
there
income
there
Fredo.
there is a town that's got a street name that the council were going to change, and loads of people petitioned and kept it. And this describes tax perfectly. It's called Bell End.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah, solid.
that's the income tax. I think. Can we change luxury tax to just fucking finally or something?
What about Great Bottom Flash?
Bezos.
No.
We'll
Instead
just
of the
change it to
town name,
Bezos tax.
what is our chance cards going to be?
Oh, our chance cards are gonna be fucked. Go back 10 spaces.
Oh god.
And then you'd have like one nice one. Well done,
Oh,
you win the game instantly.
Oh, there's this one called Back Passage.
Oh, actually, that would have to be jail.
Oh, which one's the high tax one? It's not income tax.
It's a luxury
it's the
tax.
luxury tax.
Trump Street.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Deal.
Are you writing these down?
Cockfoster.
No. I should be, but I'm really not.
I've got Kyle's. I've got Kyle's.
What?
Titley Close.
Yeah.
Can I write these down? Because actually, we should actually.
It's alright.
I don't need to. I could just re-listen to the first 10 minutes of this episode, man.
That's true.
Cockbush Avenue.
Push off.
Fucking hell.
Aye. Balls Green.
Okay, that needs to be one of the green ones. It's got
Beaver-
green in its name.
Beaver Close.
We'll have to meet up sometime to get this to actually do properly. Like think of this.
Bitchfield. Oh, there's somewhere in Cornwall called Brown Willie.
Because I'm
There's
sure,
loads of cocks.
it would be easy to make a board game.
Ooh, that sounds painful. You can get a D-Day Monopoly board.
Oh my god, right, Kyle, are you listening? There's like
You can-
Cock Alley. Dude, sorry. There's like Cock Alley, Cockbridge, Cock Green, Cock Lane. Then you come to Cock and Hoe and Cock and Take. Oh, apparently there's somewhere in Northumberland called Cockplay.
Ooh,
There is.
where?
Stefan,
Yeah. Cockshot.
we can get a custom Monopoly board
What net own stuff?
for £35.
Oh yes. Do it, and then we can sell it on the website.
The problem is, I don't think you can customize the colors I don't think you can customize like the color of the board or anything. You can just change the names, basically.
So we couldn't get it customized to taking off air colours.
No,
Dude.
we would have to look for something like that.
Are you ready? I've got what blue squares were 2 premium squares.
Oh what?
Dix Mount and Fanny Avenue.
Yeah, okay. Deal.
Also,
Gravelly Bottom
have to
Road.
be a hobbit.
Ah, can we have snowplows as transport? Because I've just remembered one of my things was the Minnesota Snowplow Class of 2022 things. Are you ready for them? Because they're fucking amazing, and I feel like every snowplow should have a name that's named like this.
I've got Kyle's. I've got
What is
Kyle's
it? Come on.
one. Holly Bush.
Yes! Yes, deal.
Oh,
Right, are you ready for the? Are you
I
ready
found
for these
Jug's
snowplow
clothes.
names?
I'm getting distracted now. I found Jug's clothes. I've found loads of them.
You are. Right,
Remember, I don't have to have that many. How
right.
many places
Moisty
are
Lane.
around?
Is it?
Moist.
A monopoly.
Monopoly.
The English language does not require me to speak English.
Oh, and for the role of the banker for our game should be called the Wanker Banker.
Fucking wanker bankers.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 34. We need 34 names, basically, is what you would have to
Right.
do. And we would probably change the jail to just be taken off air or just slightly banned.
Yeah.
Slightly off.
Yeah, you could change it to temporary ban. Sin bin.
Sin bin.
Just a
In the
sin
bin.
bin.
In the bin.
Apparently, Jay or Ash popped up at Fanny Avenue to see if we were doing my job. Yeah, we're gonna make a custom Monopoly board, so we're doing my job. We're doing merchandising meetings live.
We're plotting.
We're
What
getting
I'll do is
friends.
I'll get all the best players' names. We'll have a list of I'll probably pick about fucking 600, and then we'll just have to whittle it down in meetings.
Yeah.
Just try and pick
Come on,
about
Sue.
40, because we need like 30 something to try and find about 40.
Just in case.
There are a couple that are they make it giggle, but you can't put it on boards nowadays.
I feel like we need to try and find some way to make each one of them link to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So Holly
So-
Bush is going on there.
Holly Bush is on
Yeah.
there for Kyle.
Thanks. Yeah.
Piddle Lane.
Anyway,
And then people can say, I always wanted to own a Holly Bush.
No, maybe Holly's Bush should be free parking because Kyle likes to be in it.
oh for fuck's sake!
Sorry.
Right.
Oh, no.
Can I give the context to that joke? Because
Nope.
nobody
Oh,
will understand it.
it's
But
inside
Right, what's my first topic of today anyway?
first topic. Since we're doing funny names, snowplow names from Minnesota. Because they are fantastic. It's our level of naming things. Right. You've got Betty Whiteout.
It's a good one.
Control Salt Delete. The Big Leplowski.
That's good. I like that.
Plowsaurus Rex.
I like that.
Scoop Dog.
That's good.
Blizzard of Oz.
I've got some after your finish, Kyle.
Edward Blizzard Hands.
Yeah.
And No More Mr. Ice Guy.
My favourite is still Adolf Grittler.
Yeah, but they're apparently the 2022 class of gritters. They're the gritters in Minnesota for 2022. That's what they've been named.
I've got some.
They're
I'll
good.
say them all. There is the BFG, the Big Friendly Gritter.
Of course.
For
Classic.
your ice only.
I love that I just saw a tail curl into Stefan's view and then it sort of...
Gangster Granny Gritter. Gritter Foomberg. Gritty Gritty Bam Bam.
True Grit.
Classic.
Obviously,
If there isn't one called True Grit, I'm going to be annoyed.
There is a one called My Name's Fiver Doodle.
Oh, fuck me. Lily.
Mrs. McGritter. Luke
Why?
Snowwalker.
Oh, fuck you then. Sorry.
Grittle Mix.
Oh, that was...
Where is it? Sir Andy Flurry.
oh, Christ.
Here's one for Jay. Snow came on go. Where is it? Someone's actually put a one called Salty.
There's one in Yorkshire named Ernest Snur.
And it's
Ernest Snur.
Hi.
Oh, typical accent. Just a fluff ball next to I keep on getting distracted by my own kind.
Yes, Kelly, you are a cat.
What? Right, okay,
Just
why is
breaking
destroying the
things.
sitting room? Fucking fighting when you're at different ends of the table, you dicks.
Of course. Right. I am going to give Jay and Jordan and Stefan and everybody out there hope.
Oh, what?
Hope that Pokemon can exist.
Woo!
Because dragons exist.
Is this a snail?
Yes,
Yes, I've seen it, but go on, I'll not ruin it.
dragons exist in real life.
Yes.
There is. Everybody knows we've got
Dude,
species
this
that
popped
do
up today for me,
ridiculous
so I wouldn't have
stuff.
known about this if you'd asked us last week.
I see. I got it a while ago. So everybody knows nature is freaky as fuck. It makes random shit happen. We've got plants that eat insects. We've got bloody sharks that developed so that they could not even need the eyesight. They could just swim on blind and still know what the fuck they're doing. We've got fish that have developed to be literally see-through for some fucking reason. We've got creatures that glow in the dark. And now we've got snails that can live in volcanoes.
On
It's a volcano snail. They apparently the shells are made of
a Volsnailo.
a form of iron, or at least a substance very similar to iron, and they live around hypothermal, hypothermal, hydrothermal vents that can reach up to 750 degrees Fahrenheit or a shit ton of Celsius.
How much is that in English?
750 Fahrenheit to Celsius is 398.8 Celsius.
That's quite warm then.
It's about me going into the sun warm.
Hold on. My oven goes up to, what does it go up to? Does it go up like 250 or something? Or 260?
My oven downstairs goes to like 300, I think.
How the
Mine's-
fuck do the French cook snails if they don't cook at 300 and what?
Mine goes 220.
358.
How
0.8.
hot do French ovens go if they cook snails?
I mean, it's only certain snails.
What, that
I'd
they
be
eat?
I would be worried if the snails that come across your
These
garden
are snails that
and
surrender.
go crunch under your foot were made of iron.
These the snails that surrender to the French.
You know
Yeah.
how they have the iron in Monopoly?
Yeah,
Yeah,
And the little pieces are made out of little bits of iron.
yeah.
We're going to have
yeah.
an iron snail as a
Yeah!
Monopoly piece.
That would be Stefan's favourite piece.
No, the honey badger would.
The honey
Really.
But you couldn't have it because it would attack all the other pieces before you even start.
Would you like to know what what the name of the snail is?
Go on.
I go on because I didn't actually read the article. I just seen it and read a couple of sentences.
It's Chrysomalon squamiferium, more commonly known as scalyfoot gastropod, scalyfoot snail, sea pangolin, or volcano snail.
Sea pangolin.
It's legitimately it can survive the thermal vents and stuff.
Hold on. A
Right.
pangolin, as in like that armored thing that kills up the Chinese using loads of medicine and stuff,
Yes.
right? A snail is known as the sea pangolin.
Yeah, because it looks very similar to the
Yeah, but it doesn't
thing
live
that
in the
curls up
sea.
because of its shell. It does.
It lives in a volcano.
No. It lives in deep sea hydrothermal vents.
Well, that makes
So
more
it
sense.
lives in underwater
Like
volcanoes.
yeti crabs.
Yeah,
Why do they live next to each other?
Oh,
I would assume so.
You think of two words that shouldn't go together. Mouse
Crab and
tarantula.
snail.
That'll live under the sea somewhere. Yeti crabs and fucking sea pangolins. Iron snails. Just think of two words that shouldn't go together. They live in the sea somewhere.
I mean, why the fuck not?
because why
Yeah,
not?
it's apparently the gastropod is known only from deep sea hydrothermal vents in the Indian Ocean, where it's been found at depths of around 2,400 meters or one and a half miles down. Uh, in 2019, it was declared endangered, and the first species to be listed as such due to risks from deep sea mining of its vent habitat. Also the produce of high quality metal ores.
Mining, as in the distribution of explosive mines, or as in digging.
As in digging.
That makes more sense.
The The shell is of a unique construction with 3 layers. The outer layer consists of iron sulfides. The middle layer is the equivalent to the organic form found in other gastropods, and the innermost layer is made of aragonite. The foot is also unusual, being armored at the sides with iron mineralized sclerites. And for anybody that doesn't know what a sclerite is, it's basically you have your legs and it's got the hard bit on top. It's like the exoskeleton. It's usually bones, teeth, anything that is basically hardened naturally.
So it is a snail wearing armor.
It is a snail wearing
It's
iron
a
armor.
war snail.
It is.
Can you ride them? How big are them?
No, you can't ride them, Stefan.
Why? Ride a snail into battle. It would take a while, admittedly. You'd probably survive because by the time you got there, the battle would be over.
I mean, put it this way: there's a picture of one, and the scale bar is 1 centimeter, and I'm guessing it's like
Not even.
about 4 centimeters long.
Do you think
The
it's like a
example that's shown
lobster?
here.
Do you think if you peel it, it'll grow bigger?
No.
Oh.
You never know.
I
Wait a
think.
second, you peel a lobster and it gets what?
Do you not know about this? Lobsters don't die of old age ever. You know this, yeah?
No, I know that, but I've never heard of someone going, "Oh, I'll just peel a lobster and it'll grow bigger."
Yeah, no, right. So
I'm
we
guessing
had
it's
this
because the
discussion.
shell
Yeah, no.
constricts it, but I've
So
never.
a lobster obviously has an exoskeleton that it shreds periodically because it outgrows it. Right? A
Yeah.
lobster never dies of old age. They regenerate. The cells regenerate, which is why a lot of people think we could use lobster biology and understanding in some way to make us not die of old age. A lobster dies when it becomes so big that it can't shred its exoskeleton, so it can't grow anymore, so it dies. Or it can't physically get out of it, so it dies. So
So
if we
it
got a
suffocates
lobster,
itself.
let it grow to that point, admittedly, it'd be like, we'd have to find one that's like 250, 300-year old or something. But if you got one that went to that point where it would die in nature, and then you just helped it out of its exoskeleton when it's trying to shred, it would then grow bigger, and then its next time you help it again, you could potentially have a lobster the size of a house. And then
Well,
we could worship it, the Church
the
of the
quest
Giant Lobster.
the
We discussed
question
this.
there is though, if you did do that with the lobster, because it couldn't naturally shed its original shell,
Yeah.
would it generate a new shell, and would the new shell
Yes.
actually be able to cover all of it?
Yes, because it's like a snake coming out of its skin. It still grows a new skin. It's just that it gets to a point where it's so big that it can't get out of the skin. So it's like if a snake just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, like it was Titanoboa, and then it couldn't get out of its skin. If you pulled it along and pulled its skin off, like shaking it out of a sock, then it would grow.
The, the fact that the first thing that came to your head when helping a snake out of its skin was shaking a sock,
Why not?
not peeling an onion or anything normal. No, I'm shaking
Shaking
a sock.
Like shaking it out of a sock.
a sock, that'll attack you.
Yeah, some socks bite. Depends how long they'll be lying.
Snakes will only attack if they feel threatened or if you smell like food.
So basically, it would attack.
Well, I'm nearly
It would
always
attack
eating, so
you
it would
because you
probably
always
attack
smell a
me.
sausage. It would attack
No, I
him
do
because he always
not.
smells a cat.
Snakes don't eat sausages. When
I'd
was the
be
last
pretty-
time you saw a snake attacking a cow?
I have seen a snake attack a cow.
Hold
I have
on.
seen a snake attack a pig. I have seen a snake try to eat a cow and fail miserably, with the calf getting stuck in its fucking mouth.
Stefan
Not,
googling
not
this shit, I think.
myself, of
No,
course,
I've
on the
got something.
internet, obviously.
Carry on.
Ooh, it's apparently the only known extant animal that incorporates iron sulfide into its skeleton. Sorry, I'm still reading up into it. It's really good.
It's alright.
Also, its heart comprises of 4% of its body volume. It's got a massive fuck-off heart compared to most species.
Mint.
Can you
This-
see that?
I'm confused as to a cow caught casually eating snake in the outback of Australia. I'm confused how the food chain works in Australia. Everybody is confused how the food chain
Look
works
at
in
it.
Australia.
Everybody's confused with Australia because it's upside down.
Even its food chain's upside down. Cows eating snake. What the fuck are they doing?
Oh,
This
No,
is why I
I can,
record in
I
a
can,
cat-free room usually.
I can understand a cow eating a snake. It's probably it's stood on it, or the snake's pissed it off, so it's decided to eat it. Also,
Whoa,
like I can
whoa,
sort of
you
understand that.
No, you just said I can understand a cow eating a snake.
Yes.
A cow is a vegetarian, Kyle.
I can. Cows don't give a fuck half the time. If you give
No,
them
that's
meat, they will
goats.
eat it.
You're
No,
confusing
Kyle, that is
cows
a
with
goat.
goats.
No,
One's
They're
big
very
and fat,
different.
one's
if
little.
you
That's the
decided
little
to
white one. The
if
big
you
black and white
decided
ones don't eat things.
if you decided to give a cow meat, I'm pretty sure it would just go, fuck it, and eat it
Oh.
anyway.
Now I'm worried that I want to make an army of goats and Kyle's going to buy us a herd of cows one day instead.
I mean, you can ride the cows.
You can ride the
You can,
goats.
you can
I
have
found-
the bulls go into battle.
I found this thing on Google called
Yeah,
the
because
10
that goes well for Americans.
weirdest animals that actually exist.
Oh god.
Oh, God.
Right, is one of them the goblin shark? Because that fucker is beautiful.
Yeah,
and
the goblin
everybody
shark will
says
be there. Can we guess
everybody
some?
says they're ugly. Yeah, can we guess some?
Okay, guess what number 10 is?
Right, you've got to give us some kind of context. So, does it live in the sea?
No, it's on
Ooh.
trees.
On trees? Is it a
Do-
plant?
Does it,
And
is
it's,
it
Oh, no, it's animals.
it's also known as one of the ugliest animals in the world.
Ugliest animals in the world.
That's fucking harsh. Is it a mammal?
It is 14 to 17 inches long.
Is it a mammal? No. If it's inches
No.
long, then no.
14 to 17 inches long. Is it
So
a caterpillar or
insect.
some sort?
So that,
It
that would
looks
be
like-
insectoids.
It has the echolocation of a bat and can climb down trees head first like a squirrel.
It's a bat.
Nope.
It's a squirrel.
No,
Nope.
no, it's not. If it's got the echolocation, but it's got the I'm sure I read about this.
I'm good at animals, and I'm a little bit stumped here. Strange.
Is it a type
So
of
it's-
lizard?
A what?
Lizard type.
No, it must be a mammal. Must be a small mammal.
Is it a
Something
small mammal or
like
an
a little flying
insectoid?
squirrel or a lemur of some kind?
Hmm.
It
So
has a
it's confused.
specialized third finger it uses to poke into cavities.
Oh, it's the fucking. I know what it is now. Is it a slow loris?
No,
No, it's not a slow loris. I've got the picture of it. Its middle finger's like this long.
No, I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. How harsh
the
is it
first
for
letter
them
of
to
it?
called it ugly? How dare they?
it's called. Do you give up? Do you want us to
No,
tell
what's the first letter?
you? A.
Aye, aye,
Aye, aye.
aye, aye.
Aye, aye. It's actually a thing.
Aye,
called-
aye.
They're not that ugly. I've definitely seen ugly animals in that.
The next one is a mix
Oh,
between
okay.
a horse and a zebra.
What is it? What was it called? Sorry.
An I. So I, A-Y-E, A-Y-E.
Yeah, it's called aye, aye. It's got a really long middle. It just looks like a little slow loris. It's like a little lemur type thing.
Uh,
No, I believe that's Saliva's point. Oh no, that is a slow loris. Oh no, aye, ayes, I think so.
No,
cross
man.
between a horse and a
Aye-ayes-
zebra.
Hold on a second. No, I'm not. I'm not allowing the aye being
They're
called
not.
like that. It just looks like it looks like the guy from fucking
Madagascar.
That's the
Please.
one. I like to move it, move it. It just
Yeah,
looks
you're
like
just
that.
thinking of a lemur. That's what I'm saying. It's part of the lemur family. It's marsupial.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not a difference between a horse and a zebra. It's a zebra and a giraffe.
A giraffe.
Okay, can we? Jordan switched from being British to being American there, and switched from zebra to zebra within the same sentence.
Oh, I'm so confused. What the next thing's the weirdest thing, and it's a cross between a zebra and a giraffe.
Well, it says at the start, is it a giraffe? Is it a zebra?
Right. So has it got a long neck?
Is it the result of a giraffe and a zebra getting too cozy?
So is it a donkey?
No. I'm pretty sure. I'm sure it looks more like a deer than a fucking giraffe. It's got like slight stripes, but the majority of its fur is usually a brownish color.
Are you on
I'm
the same
sure-
website as me, Kyle?
No, I've seen it before because there was something on the internet a while ago where people thought it was just a zebra had fucked a deer or something, and then it turned out it was an actual whole
It
different
has a
species
very
that just looked like it.
It has a long tongue that can lick its own ears.
So most deers can.
Yeah,
Giraffes can.
They're in
Is it like a pronghorn thing?
I'm sure they're in Africa or something.
Yeah, it will be.
From the Republic of Congo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's endangered.
I don't remember the name of it.
We're
I
not going to
just
get
know
the name
that
of
it
it.
was
Okapi.
fucking beautiful.
Yeah,
I mean, we're never gonna remember that. I
I know
just
what it
know that
means.
it's muscle bound to. It looks hench as fuck.
Oh.
Go on then, what's next?
A very weird fucking looking shark.
Goblin shark.
Nope. Begins with M.
Right. Also, right. Begins with M.
Mr. Goblin shark.
And it weighs 2 tons. And it's
Motherfucking huge goblin shark.
Is it? Is it one of the ones that's like a? It doesn't actually eat fish. It eats plankton and shit. Or
It's
is it one
basically a
that?
whale.
it says it was discovered in 1976.
Not
It is
helpful.
It is an elusive species that lives deep in the warmer waters of all the world's oceans. Unlike other sharks, it is not a champion swimmer, has a soft body, and seems to exert no energy to keep itself moving. It has a white belly and it is brown, dark blue, or grey at the top. It also has weird, prominent lips. The mouth of the can be over 4 feet wide and has many as 50 rows of little teeth in the upper jaw and
No,
75 rows in the lower.
it's literally called something mouth shark, like mega mouth or monster mouth or some stupid shit.
It's megamouth. Okay, you got it.
Yes. It looks like a human's face on a shark. It looks like a human's mouth on a fucking shark. It's weird as
Oh,
hell.
hold on.
What is it? I'm gonna see if I can.
I'm Google imaging so that I don't come across Jordan's article. Oh, right, okay, yeah. Oh, so it's kind of like a Greenland shark, isn't it? Just with the weirder
Yeah,
face.
it's absolutely weird as fuck, man. For anybody in the live stream, hold on a second. I'm just gonna get a picture up and actually present it.
Or even
So
do this as Jordan's. Well, we're doing this, Jordan. Carry on. What's next?
Right, the next one has actually got something to do with COVID-19.
A mosquito.
No,
Do you know mosquitoes make Great Britain?
that's just what Boris is, isn't he?
No.
did
That's
you just say mosquitoes make Great Britain?
they made Great Britain. If it wasn't for mosquitoes, Great Britain wouldn't exist.
Meh. That explains a lot. Anyway, this animal has been in the news lately for its possible role as a vector for COVID-19. It comes with its own armor, also known as it's part of the anteaters.
Right,
That's
so
a
hopefully
pangolin.
you. Right, okay, so for everybody watching, that is what the fuck I look. That is what the shark looks like.
The one on the right and on the left. I'm just clearing it up.
Hey.
Right. Jordan,
Yes,
is it a pangolin?
yes, it's a pangolin.
Yeah, because you do know pangolins give humans a lot of diseases, like flus and stuff, like airborne diseases, viruses. Interchangeable between pangolins and humans.
Yeah, pangolins give us loads of shit, but they're
Yeah.
still
So, okay,
they're
do you
absolutely amazing.
want to show a pangolin on the screen?
Give me 1 second because I've got to quickly switch. A pangolin is also one of the animals that people want to keep as a pet. It is, as Stefan rightly said, it is the other animal which should be known as a dragon
Right.
because it is legitimately just a fucking dragon. Uh,
Okay.
there we go. How cute is that, man? And it curls up in a ball.
Why does it look like one of them a Pokemon look like that?
Exactly. It's a fucking dragon type Pokemon. That's all it is.
Hold on.
It's a
We should
real
get that
life
off the
dragon
screen.
type Pokemon.
Should we get that off the screen, Jim? I get excited.
Look. Pangolin.
Pangolin! Right, the next one's even funnier.
Can you say that?
No, you have to actually. I have to actually click it to allow it to present.
I found a
There
pangolin.
you go. Fuck's sake.
Oh no, Jordan, that's Nianglin.
Negolin.
Dear
Yeah.
God.
Right.
Right.
Next
Anyway,
one is even
I'll
funnier.
discuss it about
How it does during breeding season.
human.
No, it's actually an amphibian.
Mermaid.
No.
Exol.
Hair and fur are usually attributes of mammals and maybe some insects, but they are
Otter.
almost never seen on amphibians. and reptiles. The has also known as the wolverine, or
So the Wolverine.
no, it's not, is
Sue
an
Wolverine.
exception. The males of these, which grow about 4 to 5 inches long, develop what seems like hairs on their sides and their thighs during the breeding season. They're not
Inches?
really
What?
hairs, but
Toads?
dermal, papillal, and they have arteries that help the frog absorb more oxygen.
Frogs.
It's
Okay,
a
so it's a
frog.
frog.
Frog. You
Nick, you've avoided it twice and then red frog.
I know I do it all the time. They operate
Yeah.
very much like the gills the frog has. Well, it's a tadpole. The male frog will need the extra oxygen because after the female lays eggs in the water, he's the one who guards them. Poor bastard.
That's how frogs work, isn't it? In general.
Yeah,
Another
I'm
unusual
sure frogs do that.
another unusual thing about this frog is that it has retractable claws like Wolverine. The claws are made out of bone and they can only be averted if the frog breaks the bone in its own toes and allows the claw to rip through its skin.
Oh, I've seen this. Yeah, they break
Oh,
their own feet and attack people, and then yeah.
This frog is found in West Africa, notably in Cameroon, the Republic of Congo, Nigeria, Gabon, and Guyana. Though the frog isn't in danger, it is hunted and eaten. Should I just basically tell you because I give it away it was a frog?
That silence there, you could hear a rat pissing on cotton.
yeah.
Sorry, Bill, that's a lot saying that needs to come back instead of you can hear the pin drop. That's something I learned today.
Well, about pissing on cotton.
You could hear a rat piss on cotton.
Kyle, get ready.
That is a very Victorian era saying.
It's good, isn't
Kyle,
it?
get ready to show the picture.
Right,
It
okay.
is a hairy frog.
All of that, and it was fucking hairy frog.
Yeah, it's legitimately called hairy frog or Wolverine frog.
Right, what's next, Jordan?
Hold on a second. I need to.
It's all right. You're showing the previous as well. I guess in the next.
I am.
The
So the
next
picture's going to be quite small.
Okay, have you got a smaller one?
No.
gosh.
Just looks like a normal frog, man.
Yeah,
It looks like a frog wearing trousers. It's Mr. Toad.
Mr. Toad.
It
You
is.
could have tweet chatted on that.
Apparently, every frog, every picture of this hairy frog is to that tiny fucking scale.
Wait,
Hold on a
anyway,
second.
Jordan, what was your next one?
Does nobody have a picture of this fucking frog at normal fucking size? Fuck off. Yeah, screw it. That's the best you're gonna get.
Tony, still muted. You just talking to yourself.
Right. Anyway, I'm back. Found in tropical Africa, it is responsible for spreading sleeping sickness. This isn't what makes it weird, as many insects, it's an insect, are disease vectors.
Okay, what kind
And
of
you-
insect?
What kind of insect? Because there's millions.
by giving away the frog last time, I might as well just say
Species.
Yeah, you can see if
You
it's
can,
like a beetle or a bug or a ant or
or like a scorpion or a
or a fly.
mosquito or
It's a fly.
or dragonfly.
Butterfly.
no. What makes this fly unusual is that the larva develops in the mother's uterus, and the mother feeds it with milk. These reproductive strategies are supposed to belong to mammals.
Is it a zombie fly or some shit?
No, the female
Ugh.
fly only lets one of her eggs become fertilized at a time, and the baby undergoes its larva stage whilst it's in her uterus. While the larva is developing, the mother feeds it with a substance very much like milk, even though it's still in her uterus. The fly mother then gives birth to the larva. When it achieves its third larval stage, the larva then crawls into the ground, becomes a pupa, and lives for about a month on the nourishment it has received from its mother.
Hold on, are you saying pauper?
It's off.
You're also missing pupa.
Pupa.
I thought he was trying to say pauper as in
No,
like.
it's not poor, Kyle.
But that's what it sounded like.
Are you
Why
gonna
would
have
why
one
would
of
he
them
call the
guesses?
fly a pauper? Dude, I'm honestly not sure. I haven't heard. I've heard of this fly before. I'm never gonna get the name.
Kyle?
Like, all I can think of is things like the vampire bat and stuff like that. I know there's a fungus, let's make them zombie fungus, so I'm assuming it goes along that chain, and it's probably just called the disease
Right,
fly or
Kyle,
something.
get ready. It is the tsetse fly.
Right. Yeah.
Right. How the living fuck? It's the sese fly.
Yeah.
Tsetse? Tsetse.
The T's are silent. It's sese.
Well,
The Tsetse fly.
there you know what I mean.
Yeah, you fucking good one.
Woo!
Oh,
Oh no, because you Google setsy fly and it's just got a picture of a dead goat.
what?
It's got a picture of a goat that one's killed.
I'm gonna fucking wipe these flies out then.
Hold on then.
Attack my goats.
One second. Here we go. Presenting is a pain in the arse on this, by the way.
Yes, it is.
What?
Right.
As in just controlling
I
us?
mean,
But
it legitimately just looks like a normal fly. It looks like
I think
it
the
just
weirdest thing
looks
is
like
because it basically reproduces like a freaking mammal. Reproduces.
yeah. Yeah, that's probably the weird part. The fact it gets milk and shit. But for anybody wondering how you say the bloody name,
Sorry.
right? It's Tsetse. Sese.
the Tsetse fly.
Anyways, next.
As the washer spools up, yes, it's getting excited along with her.
Right. Everyone knows about but that doesn't make it any less strange. Indeed, the more people learn about this animal, the weirder it becomes. So it looks like a duck, has
Right?
webs like an otter, and eyes like a hagfish, and a tail like a beaver.
It's duck-tailed platypus.
Yeah.
Duck-billed platypus, not duck-tailed. I've got it the wrong
Yes.
way there.
So basically, apparently, what is it? It
But,
says
but that's
it is
that.
that lays eggs, and the male has poison spines on its hind
You
feet.
are.
Its fur glows a black light, and it finds prey through electrical signals that are picked up by receptors on its bill.
Am I the only one that he went robotic there for a second?
I am robotic.
It's it's actually like it's in popular media and stuff, so I don't know why that's on the weird like the
Because it's
weird
one of the
list.
weirdest animals there, because they prune their thick coat to add air bubbles that act as insulation in the cool rivers where they hunt.
I mean, that's just smart. It's not weird. That's just smart. It's like scientists deciding, okay, I need to do this, this, and this to survive in
And
this
as
weather.
well, the female platypus only its left ovary works.
So why the fuck? I'm
They are
assuming the
really,
right
really
ovary
weird
has
when you think about it.
stubbies.
They're like a beaver with a duck's face that are poisonous, but they're a
They're
mammal.
basically where a beaver and a duck fucked. I mean, shagged.
Oh, fuck.
Jordan,
Wouldn't a
Sorry.
beaver
king
and a
of
duck be a
subtlety.
fuck? Oh no, that's a deer. So you can, a diva.
A diva.
Yes, it should just be
Oh,
called a diva.
yes! The next one's even funnier.
Oh, I'm sure that axolotl's just going to appear on this list at some point because it's on every list
Yeah.
of weird animals.
This one reminds us of Phil.
A
Oh
giraffe.
god,
No,
hairbush,
it's
fox.
a fish. No, it's a fish.
Oh,
Another entry is one of the world's ugliest creatures.
A blobfish.
Yes.
yes!
There we go.
Instantaneous blobfish.
Yeah, as soon as you said a fish and it said one of the world's ugliest creatures, I know that it's always on the list for the ugliest creatures.
Sorry,
No
Phil.
offense to Phil, that wasn't the clue that gave it away.
Didn't you try to have it as your gamer tag at one point? You were trying to have blobfish,
I
and then
did.
you ended up going sea pig.
Me? No, a sea pig?
No, I'm sure you wanted a blobfish once.
Hmm.
No, it wasn't. It was something strange that wouldn't let him.
There's the blobfish.
It just looks like someone got a bit of Jelly just looking like a in a bad mood.
It looks like the man in the bar who just
It's had one too
lives
many.
at the pub has had the hardest life in the world while also having enough money to just make himself round with food and is just constantly depressed and has something to moan about. And when he talks, he never actually opens his mouth. He just sort of mumbles through his lips.
I bet they probably don't look that bad in the sea, but when you take them out of the sea,
By the way, that was
Yeah,
the third.
I'm
The third
assuming
weirdest.
I'm assuming in the sea, like they don't need the gravity doesn't affect them so much, so they don't look that bad.
Well, we're on to the last two now.
go on then.
Actually, I can show you what they look like in the sea.
Quickly, Kale.
1 second.
I think I'm just gonna make a habit of in this series of just putting one random outrageous claim in an episode and see if it gets noticed or missed.
What a random what?
Just one random outrageous claim that will not make sense is just a sentence you'd be like, why? What the fuck?
What,
Stuff
like
that
you
you
saying
wouldn't
Finland
believe.
doesn't exist?
Finland does not exist. I proved that.
Apparently, that's what most blobfish look like in the sea.
Okay.
So it looks normal. It's just because it's been
Gravity.
flattened by gravity.
Yeah. Where does all the spikes go?
I think this is like a different species of blobfish, but
Right,
they all look like that apparently.
ready for the next one? For
Go
number
on then.
2, the second weirdest one. There is one of those marine animals that looks like a plant but isn't. It can't even
An enemy.
no, it can't even be said to
Sorry,
look
go on.
like a plant as much as an organism that dropped in from outer space. Made up of unspecialized cells interspersed with channels and pores, this
Oh, I
animal
know
has no
what this
digestive
is.
system.
Is it a type of coral?
No, it's animals. Each one is one cell, and it's a massive living entity.
Oh
And
yeah,
some of
it's
it will do some digestion, and some of it will do some eating, and some of it will do some moving it around, and some of it will do this. But essentially,
yeah,
no one has one job. So one day you're the intestine, you're digesting stuff, and the next day you're eating stuff, and the next day you're
yeah.
moving stuff, and it's an entity of millions and millions and millions of
It's just like
individual
it's a
beings.
hive mind.
Yeah,
It
it's
does
Yeah,
not.
like
It
it's
does not
like
have a.
honey fungus, but in the sea.
It does not have a
yeah,
brain or a nervous system. It does not have a circulatory system. It has no internal organs. It is only alive because the ocean current brings it food and oxygen removes waste products.
yeah. Basically, and anybody watching the live stream, or if you watch the video of this, the background that we're using at the minute has little beads intersected, and it's basically like that. It's every little one is working together to keep it connected through the wave.
Do you know what it's called?
I don't
I
know what
don't
it's
know what it's
called.
called, but I know what it is.
I've seen videos of it, and it looks absolutely fucking amazing.
It's
Is it?
called.
Is it? Oh, well, is it the? It's not the man of war, is it? The Portuguese man of war? Because that's very similar.
It's something so simple that you wouldn't think it would be actually called this.
Is it just
Steve.
called the Swarm?
No,
Is it called Steve?
no, it's called the
Dave.
sponge.
A sponge.
Sponge?
SpongeBob SquarePants.
It's literally a sponge.
Sea sponge.
Kale, can you try and get it? If not, I'll put it up on the screen if I can work out how to do it.
Be specific because there's different sponges in the sea.
Hold on, I'll put in the thing and
John, you
Preferably
have
name.
technology too.
Yeah.
And then we'll guess the first one, which will be Goblin Shark.
Oh, and that's all.
right.
Right,
Unless he's just skipped them.
you're so excited about axolotls that you keep going. You called it Exol.
It's because I can't say its actual name, so I just call it Exol.
It's
That's all it
Axel,
is.
like Axel Rose, but then all.
No, that's legitimately just a random sea sponge. So is that saying that every single sponge is...
I think sea sponges are because if you blend them, don't they just go back together if they're still alive? Natural
Wasn't
sponges.
that basically the whole point of SpongeBob SquarePants?
Yeah,
That is what SpongeBob was.
Square Bob Sponge Pants.
I mean, yeah...
So if we just have basically we just got a real life SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah.
Everybody has a. Well, of course, there's a real life SpongeBob Square. Everything in that series is based off something real, man.
Go on then, Jordan. What's your
Right.
number one?
Number one. It is also called the water bear, the
It's a
animal,
fucking sea pig.
and moss piglet.
It's a fucking sea pig.
That's not the word for it.
Don't expect. Oh, you want tardigrade?
Yes.
Don't expect me not to know about sea pigs.
Show them.
The
Show the
tardigrades.
world the magnificent of a sea pig.
Tardigrades can live in hydrothermal vents as well. They're called water bears. They can actually live in radioactive uh, zones that would annihilate absolutely any other living thing, even most bacteria. They can live in the vacuum of space.
Look at that
It is
beautiful thing.
Look at it.
Hmm.
Dude, you need to do water bears while you're on there because they're a slightly different species of sea pigs. Well, of tardigrades, sorry. Sea pigs are a species and water bears are a... Because water bears are little fat things.
Water bear are fucking, from the looks of it, cells. The micro cells. And they are ugly and creepy as fuck and absolutely disgusting, and I despise looking at them instantly.
Apparently, according to the internet, before there's a thing called a
Are you ready for the most horrible looking thing in the world that makes your skin
shoebill.
crawl?
Look at
Dun,
him,
dun,
how cute is
dun.
he?
Ah,
He looks horrible, man. He looks like something that would crawl up your leg and start devouring your fucking
I
skin
mean,
cells.
why does that look
given,
like? Why does that look like that thing off Kim Possible?
given that his face does look like an anus.
Is that called an Anish fish?
Hold on a second. Did you just call Rufus a sea bear?
You look, he's got
What?
the claws of it.
What the fuck's a Rufus?
Rufus
The
from Kim Possible.
Kim Possible's pet.
I just thought a Rufus hound.
No, that's wrong. Wrong Impossible. This
He's
pet.
calling a fucking mole rat.
A naked mole rat?
No, mole rats are ugly, man.
Ooh, a stick insect.
Also, I want to know who the fuck decided we're going to have a teenager who's an awesome spy. Well, we're going to have a blue guy, we're going to have a green girl, and we're going to have an awkward guy named Ron as our best friend,
Ron
and
Weasley.
a nerdy gadget guy as thing, and then decided
Harry Potter.
this shall be her pet.
Rufus!
A fucking mole rat.
Dude, that legit looks like a beaver with no fur.
That's
It looks like
exactly
someone's
what it
peeled a
is.
beaver.
That's basically what it is. That's
It's a
what
naked
mole
mole
rats
rat.
are. It's just mole rats are just naked moles, basically. It's a mole with no fur.
Anyway,
Oh, by the
Kyle.
way. Oh, who was on about axolotls?
Kyle loves axolotls.
It's because they usually, every time, there's some sort of list of, oh, weirdest creature, or oh no, sea creatures that you
Well,
will never,
apparently-
that like, are super endangered, or anything like that. You've got axolotls, you've got goblin sharks, and
Axolotls.
you'll have some
An
other
axolotl,
random weird
an
shit as well.
axolotl is apparently something people should see before they die.
It's also something that you should not keep as a pet, because it's endangered.
It says on the thing, where is it?
Same as most animals, honestly.
The
Yeah,
axolotl salamander manages to be at once adorable and kind of disturbing. Though it
Is
develops
this because it
legs,
grows limbs back?
it never reaches land and instead spreads its time strolling the underwater surface. Its nickname, Walking Fish. These Pokemon-like fish make for an incredible, cute, and unusual pet.
Can I just say, this is me if I lived in the sea. Just, I'm still not fucking swimming. Fuck you, I'll walk.
I love the fact that you can type in AXO and it immediately just goes, yep, I know what you're looking for.
Kyle, did you
Yes.
catch my what the fuck fact? Or outrageous claim?
I think I was paying no attention to it and just completely zoned out over it.
Do you understand? You did
Look
question it briefly.
Look at the face! Look at the face!
Nah, dude, quackers are cuter.
No, look, do the thing that I've just sent on the thing.
Yeah, you found the creepy version.
Put that one up.
Yeah, Kyle, to give balance.
Fine. Anyway, continue with your random fact because we are actually a podcast, not just a live stream. So,
Oh, it's just because I said that mosquitoes made the United Kingdom.
Yeah, we heard that. We just glossed over it.
Oh, that, yeah. How?
What the fuck?
Picture I
That's
put on.
apparently the creepy version of an axolotl. I'm guessing that's when it's fully matured and been living in, from the looks of it, a mossy, horrible tank or area.
It looks like a cross between a stone and a tadpole.
I know. But
A
anyway,
step,
so
a step
what do you, why are mosquitoes responsible for Britain? Other than the fact that we went to India and decided to make an empire and got fucked by them, so invented a thing called a jam boy. Literally, a boy we would cover in jam to keep mosquitoes and flies and shit away from us.
For a start, can I just say mosquitoes? Do you know it's an estimated statistic, right? There's been roughly 100 billion people live throughout history, right?
Yeah.
How many do you think is thought to have statistically been killed by mosquitoes?
I'm assuming it's not a number as high as people think it will be, because mosquitoes do actually have the place in nature. They do actually contribute to the ecosystem. So I'm actually going to assume it's
We'll go
not
for
as high as
percentage,
people think. Percentage, I'm going to say probably like 2%.
right? Jordan?
5%.
No, roughly 50%. They
Oh,
reckon at least half of all people that's ever lived have been killed by mosquitoes. Because I know what you're saying, but you've got to think that they carry Zika virus, the Nile virus, yellow fever, malaria, all kinds of diseases that are, up until even 20, 30 years ago were absolutely catastrophic to the human race.
yeah, I suppose that's true.
So
But
it's
now,
more to do with the
but
disease
now
that they
we've got
Plus,
carry.
cures.
plus that might be counting also the fact that they can kill livestock, in which case that's killing the food source of the humans, in which case
Yeah.
that's killing humans indirectly because you're killing the food source.
But they did create the United Kingdom, so we got that to thank them for.
Right. So
Oh,
how do
not.
I will indulge because you've only got 3 minutes. How did they create the United Kingdom?
Go, 3 minutes.
In the late 17th century, Scotland was coming out of a famine and then an economic recession immediately after. Right?
Right.
They weren't part of the English imperial economic system, and they wanted to start colonies of their own to increase their economic viability. So basically, at this point, they saw the Spanish and the French had been going around for years, taking over places. The English had just decided, no, we're going to do it as well. And we were really fucking good at it. And they thought, you know what it is? Fuck the English. Anything they can do, we can do better because we're Scottish, and that's how Scottish works. Right?
Because we're angry little bastards.
But, and I can't remember the guy's name, but I believe it was an American guy who was a bit of a con man who told them to go to this place called Darien, which is now, where is it? Um, it's in Panama. So they told them of this lush land that was Darien and they'd live like kings and they would have everything they ever wanted and everything. So they went there and there was
Iran.
fucking nothing there. It was basically marshlands. So they were totally duped. But they hatched a plan to create a colony in Panama, right? And upwards of 25 to 50% of all Scottish capital of an already cash-strapped country was put into the scheme, into the Darien scheme. So they put half of the economy that was already really low because of wealth and because of famine and debt into this. So then they were totally fucked. Boatloads and
It was
boatloads of
basically
settlers
a
went
win or
over.
lose gamble.
Yeah, the boatloads of them went over, and they were absolutely decimated by the diseases that the mosquitoes carried, and there was absolute fuck tons of mosquitoes because it was basically a swamp. So as a result, the colony totally collapsed, failed. Most people that went died, and with it took half of all of Scotland's capital, basically, leaving it in absolutely massive debt. It was basically bankrupt. So England, because we're nice guys, right? And we'll
We
also
decided to
just
take over.
wait. We also just either go into somewhere and take over or wait for it to fuck up and then claim that we own it. So we went, well, we'll pay off all your debts, but you're going to have to give in to our sovereignty. So Scotland did, right? It was annexed by England, and that created Great Britain. Or at the time, Greater Britain, because it was England and Scotland. So if it wasn't for
So
mosquitoes,
If it wasn't for mosquitoes, we still would have ended up with Scotland because they were still in a famine and shit. It would have just taken a few years extra.
Well, it might have. They might have also been alright if they went anywhere else. I feel like there's a lot of pieces to this, but you could have said if it wasn't for an American con man, or if it wasn't for Scotland desperately trying to upstage the English, or yeah, if it wasn't for famine, but it was mosquitoes were the final nail in the coffin, basically.
Yeah.
They were the ones that wiped out everything.
Hey,
So, Kyle, what are you going to do? Yeah.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/takeonafair. Find us on Twitter at takeonafair. Find us on TikTok at takeonafair. Find us at Twitch at twitch.tv/takeonafair. Find us on Spotify. Just search for Takeonafair Podcast. You can find us at buymeacoffee.com/takeonafair. You can find us on Instagram at takeonafair. You can find us at Reddit at /r/takeonafair. You can find us on Acast. You can support us by going to the link supporter.acast.com/takeonafair. You can join us at takeonafair.com/live, or at least you would be able to if our website wasn't down. Damn it, Jay! We are presented by Swift Aside Productions Limited. We are Kyle, Jordan, and Stefan, and Jay is fucking off on holiday. He's not on holiday. He claims to be working, but we just think he's skiving because he doesn't want to do season 3 yet.
Ooh.
Jay, mwah, thank you very much for listening. It's been a pleasure. Bye.
Bye.
Jay is gonna kill me.
57 seconds.
Oh, right.
Less
Okay.
than a minute.
What was my record?
Your record was like 1 minute 2. You've
Oh,
not done
yeah.
it less than a minute yet. That's your first time.
Right, so I need to beat 57 seconds now. Okay. Sweet.
At the end of one of these episodes, Kyle's just going to sound like an auctioneer.
Yeah.
He
was close there.
Sold.
Anyways, see you all next week.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.